Alright, so as you can see over here, I did some adjustment on the boost controller. That's what the blue graph is. And so now let's go ahead and make a hit. I didn't see that. Make a hit on this thing. And you can really hear it when it starts plowing the boost, or plowing some dome pressure into it. And I'm actually going to tell you some stuff. Let me shut this engine off here. There we go. And we'll shut that fan off so you can hear. And I'll start giving you all the numbers here on this thing. Now, as you can see, pretty good. Pretty happy with it. I'm sure Stu's going to be happy with it because I'm going to lean on it a little bit harder here in a minute. But I told you guys we were going to do this at 10, 15, and 20 PSI. And as you can see right there, I made a peak of 2329 at 7700 RPM. Let's take a look at boost. 20 pounds of boost. Exactly. 19.67 at 7,000. So that's close enough. We're not going to squirm over 3/10 of a point of 3.3 of a pound of boost. And let me look at that real quick. You can also see I just running out of fuel pump right here. That's why boost pressure, or I'm sorry, fuel pressure is no longer boost referencing. So it runs out of boost right here on E85. It's not quite enough pump to make this work, which is fine because we're probably not actually going to run that pump, or we'll run two of those pumps in this application in the car. So we'll talk with Stu and Tony about that and make them aware of what we need to do there. And of course, I'm not plowing a bunch of boost to it right through here. Don't want to be trying not to kill the thing. I mean, we can make all sorts of torque if we wanted to. We could probably make upwards of 2,000 foot-pounds of torque if we were just pouring a bunch of boost to it down here, but that's useless. But anyways, as you can see, our 7,000 number is 2255. And oops, let me change this because that was at 20 pounds of boost. So I'll go back to change the last one. There we go. Now let's go to our 15 pounds. So we're at 2255 on our 20 pounds. And let's see here. Which one were we? Lost my place. There we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Now that's our... Okay, that is our 15-pound test. And at 15 pounds of boost, and let me show you on our report so you can see this right. That is at 7,000 RPM, 15.5. So again, we're just a little under, but it's all right. 15.5, 7,000 RPM. We are 1883. So that's 2255, 1883. Now let's go over to our 10 PSI boost. And let's see here. That is 24. Let's go to 23, 13, 10. There we go. And at our 10 PSI boost, I'll show you there. Make report. 7,000 RPM, 10.17 PSI. Right there. Alright. And at 7,000 RPM, this was 1554. So 1554, 1883, and 2255. So add those all up together, and divide by 3. Not going to do that right now because I don't have my calculator. I mean, I'm not going to do it. So anyways, what I wanted to tell you about is, so 10 pounds of boost, it makes 1,500. 15 pounds of boost makes 1,800. 20 pounds of boost makes 2,255. But that is because the turbos are just working in this really sweet spot in the map where they just move a lot of air and work real well. So that's why you don't see it. It's a diminishing returns as we continue to plow boost into something. So that's why this thing at 40 pounds of boost, if you could make 40 pounds of boost with these turbos, which you could not on this big a motor, but if you could make 40 pounds of boost, this thing would not make 4,000 horsepower. It is way diminishing returns. It runs off the map. It no longer can move that kind of air. It gets really inefficient and comes up against a bunch of pumping losses. So that's the kind of stuff that really happens. That's why you're always looking at trying to match the engine with the turbos. You're trying to match the camshaft with the engine, trying to match the cylinder heads, induction system. The entire package needs to really be matched to work properly with the whole system. So anyways, I'm going to actually run this at 25 pounds of boost here in a little bit, just for Stu, because we want to make just a little more horsepower than this. And but I'm going to have to go in there and put my second pump on there, because clearly we're running out of fuel, which is cool, which is probably actually what I expected. I know that pump keeps up on gas, but it's not going to keep up on ethanol, and just proved it out again. So anyways, a little bit of turbo tech for you, and a little bit of info on how these things work and what you see, and how they run in that particular area of the map, and how they're super efficient and make way more horsepower per pound of boost than what they theoretically could or should, or what people would think they would, and why they are such a diminishing return at higher boost levels. So anyways, post this up on the winner, and winner can give me a shout me back on email, steve@stevemorrisengines.com. Anyways, I'm Steve Morris. Have a great day. Alright, and not to waste your time watching engines run on a dyno doing nothing, but I did just run this at 23 pounds of boost. Now 23 pounds of boost, this is it. So I got a bunch of pressure on the gate just trying to get up here. So I do this is a 80-87, so it's 87 millimeter turbine wheel, and so we're just coming up to having a back pressure problem. But that's what we wanted to do, was to have, Stu wanted to have a quick responsive, really lights up quick. I mean, and this thing does. It lights up quick, easy. It's nice. It's going to be a really really fun piece for a daily driver street type car down there in New Zealand. But anyways, as you can see, this is it. This thing is out of it's pretty much probably out of compressor wheel too. I mean, I could probably literally block off the gates and maybe make some more, but we're at the practical end of what this is at, and I've been working on tune up and throwing more and more gate pressure at it just to even get to this number, but it's because it's really struggling. I got another 10 pounds on the gate just to make another 3 pounds of boost pressure, so it's getting to a point where it's really diminishing returns. But as you can see, this is at 23 PSI. Here, I'll show you real quick. 23 PSI, 7,000 RPM, 22.8, and there at 7,500 it's 23.31. But it really levels off there because it is right out of turbo, which is exactly what we would normally expect with this combination, with that size turbo. Like I said, we're just trying to make a really nice, good, that target horsepower with something that lit up really quick and was a super cool, fun street driver and race car all at the same time. So anyways, you can see 100 horsepower, 0.73, and it was all I could do to get that. The motor will make more, that's no problem. Like I said, we're just running out of turbo. And you can see here too how it just kind of just really flattens off right here. I don't know, maybe if I would have ran it out a little bit more, it might have made, I don't know, 2501 or 2502, something like that, but don't really care. Real nice, real good piece for Stu, and I think that he's really going to like this thing. And we'll post the winner of the guessing contest here Well, on top of the post. I'm Steve Morris. Have a great day.